Hello everyone, welcome back to chess. We're playing 10-5 against Big Yezhovsky. Well, that's a tough one for us Americans, or anyway us, Americans with no Slavic family history or life experience. Right? There's got to be some Slavic thing, right? I don't know. It looks Russian to me, but like, what do I know? I don't know. Let's just develop a knight. Okay, I'm happy with doing the same. I guess I could have just taken their pawn, now that I think about it. I was just so excited about this square where I've been ruined so many times in the past. I still could, I guess, right? This check doesn't do anything yet. And if here, I get the big move first. Does that make any sense? Takes here. They move the queen, I guess. Then I get the rook, and they can react by playing the same trick on me. Huh. It seems like I ought to be winning here. Let's do this first and see what happens. Yeah, right. That interferes, right. I forgot about this. What if... What if I just take here first? King kind of has to recapture, or has to capture, doesn't he? Take. King takes. And then I have some stuff with my queen coming out here. What's the big idea? I think this is pretty cool. If you want to grab my bishop first, I don't think that would be... Oh god, the queen can't go here because of the knight! Right. Right. And now black still has all this stuff lining up against me, and I don't know. I put their king in a bit of a pickle, it must be said. Anyway, let's at least trade this pawn off, and then try to support the bishop, who's got a really powerful thing against the king. Uh-oh. Well, okay. Fine. I'm undeveloping, I guess. This looks kind of stupid. I don't think this is a winning position for me. Oh, this is pretty well supported, right? The queen's backing it up, so even if knight takes, we still get to develop against the king with tempo. They can do that. I guess that... Oh, also the bishop's pinned, so maybe not. This looks like a pretty stupid position. Ah! Okay. Well, my bishop is in some danger. I can't hold on to him for long. I think they have something like this. No, I can try to stop that. I don't know. Okay. My whole position is dumb. Let's get out of here. I'm probably walking into something like this somehow. I mean, I'm behind in almost every way here. The one compensation I have is maybe king safety, but it's not actually clear my king is any safer than theirs with these pieces just like running wild. Yeah. I thought something like that might happen. But can I not just like queen here? Maybe now they attack the knight with something? No, they try to line up a checkmate. Okay, we probably shouldn't allow that. Here? I was gonna. This seemed natural, but we had that recent puzzle about. No, that's pinned, so probably don't play that move. It's illegal. So I feel like the only move that doesn't get immediately checkmated is this one. And like I'm regretting a lot of life choices here. Queen returns and now threatens this. Nope, the knight's not guarding that square. This is actually like a pretty reasonable home for my king. The problem is my knight and queen are still in sad shape. Can I chase away the knight? I think I can. Where's he gonna go? Like this pawn's okay. I guess if I try this, then they go in for this. That gets me out of the pin. I'm okay with that if that's what happens. I'm still like very far behind. Maybe some of this development, some of these captures, if they do happen, come with tempo against the king. So I think they'll actually just run away. And then I can maybe get my queen out of here. I don't know. She's actually the only thing defending the knight as well. So they're sort of pinned to each other. You could do this to get out a bit more safely. But it's just so slow. I have to make so many moves to untangle my pieces because everything is trapped behind my pawn line. Yeah. What about this? This is a weird idea, right? I don't think it works. No. I was imagining like never mind. It doesn't even matter what I was thinking. It's crazy. Um we can get the queen out of here, and then the knight is allowed to start moving. I don't know. I'm just so undeveloped. I went in for a big attack before I had my pieces ready for it. What is this all about? Where are you going? Renewing the attack here with the bishop, I guess? Now that I don't have a queen defending it? I don't like that. And yet, what can I do about it? Bring the queen back? I don't think that's a good idea. Like here, for example. Oh, wait a minute. Can I do this now? Not really. They take, 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 and I'm out of pieces, but my queen would be free at that point. I could go, like, here? I think it's worth a try. I don't think it's right. But it gets me a bit more out of this dreadful curled up fetal position ball that I'm in right now. And then we play queen here, I think. Which defends the pawn. I don't know. It defends it with a queen, which is not exactly what I want to do. We also have like queen here. Problem is I just don't have enough pieces that this is any good. And if they do this, I drop the queen. So I really do need to get her out of there. I think this is an okay way to do it. And then I plant the bishop to defend. Maybe I should just put the bishop here first, actually? I don't know. I'm dropping this pawn, by the way. But I don't think that pawn matters too much. I think it may be more about getting tempo somehow. Like here, it gets tempo against the queen. But I don't see any obvious actual attacks against her. Well, it lets me take this space, and then I have threats like this. I think there are moves like here, for example, which prevent that. And I think that would probably be the best. Something like that might be the best queen move. I don't know. I've sort of been losing this game for a long time, and I'm just trying to find something that'll bring me back. But I don't really have much belief that I will get there. Okay. Here? It threatens this square someday. Obviously, they'd be thrilled for me to trade queens, I think. It gives this knight something to do. I can get a rook in here. I guess that's worth something. But it's tough to get 2 rooks, which is what I need to actually do anything. I mean, I can try to duck the trade like so. Or so. I don't know. Let's go here and see what happens. We have things like check here that might be interesting. Yeah, I thought you might. This lets me get a major piece into enemy territory. And isn't this like kind of cool? Or here if they decide to move king there, which doesn't seem very safe to me. Knight takes, queen takes. I don't like that trade. Oh, yeah, you can just put the queen in there, can't you? Rude. Okay, but we get a little mini fork here. I don't really think it's important. I think they should just not defend the pawn and be like, please sideline your queen. But it lets me develop something like this if they do try to defend the pawn. No, it might not, because they might defend the pawn like that. And that comes with tempo against the queen. I think that would be a pretty cool move. No, because the bishop, right? I'm getting the bishop as well. They have to defend the bishop. And that might actually be important. Then I have this. Does that do anything? Your knight's not defended anymore. What can I do about that? I don't know. Nothing that I can see. So rook here. Ah, the queen will have to move. And then I may have a discover or a fork of the king and the knight or something. Unless she goes here, which feels sort of unnatural to me. No, that doesn't work. Here? That feels like a pretty natural play, actually, but... Ah. Okay, but now... I recover the material. And we're suddenly not, like, out of the woods, but I feel like we're actually in okay shape. My pawns over here are slightly weaker than the enemy pawns, but my king is stronger than the enemy king. And we're equal on material. Just checking this take is best, right? Yep. The bishop is pinned also, by the way. Their bishop. Because of this. You could unpin the bishop like that, inviting the queen trade. Well, since I said the bishop is pinned, I should attack it. Ah. Okay, it's not that pinned. What about here? This seems kind of cool, doesn't it? Here kind of requires a major piece to block. And if it's the queen, I have this, which would be kind of cool. So I think rook blocks is best, yeah. And then let me just grab this pawn real quick. Super, super greedy. But I think I'm safe enough. And it threatens the back rank as well. And now, suddenly, like, we might be ahead. My king is now in a bit of danger, it must be said. This is not a great protective structure for him with a queen and a rook on the loose. But I can try to trade down with moves like queen here. If rook blocks, I bring my queen somewhere. Hang on, what's this all about? Okay, you're threatening to retake with check. I don't think I want that. Oh, that works too, I guess. So you do get this pawn, but I get this one, rather, if I want it. I probably should have moved my king, actually, so that I wouldn't be pinned when they took this. Oh, also, I'm not getting that pawn. Well, we have a game, which is more than I thought we would have 10 minutes ago, or 5, or whatever it was. Oh, that doesn't seem very good. Pretty sure I can do either of these moves. Yeah, let's just hang out here. What? Okay, and we can pre-move checkmate. Wow, what a win! What a shocking outcome. Um, okay, computers are going to be pretty mad at both of us, I suspect. I'm pretty happy with the way I picked up that knight in the mid game. But obviously the opening was very bad for me. Really? Yeah. So 6 blunders. 6. Here's the first one. Don't play bishop there, just take the pawn. Yeah, I realized that shortly thereafter. I was like, of course they'll defend the pawn. Everyone defends the pawn. But they didn't defend the pawn. And it's worth it to just develop this knight into, by the way, a good attacking position. I can do this if I want. And they don't like this. I ended up losing a pawn out of that, I think, didn't I? Yeah, I forgot something that they could do. I think you just, like, take this? Yeah. That's bad. Because you end up, right. You end up okay on material, but all the bad stuff that happened to me in the game is what happens as a result of throwing away your only developed piece in a way that lets them do more developing and makes you undeveloped. Yikes. Yeah, so just so they gave me a chance, another chance to take this pawn. And then I should have cashed it in. And been like totally fine. So here I found very few ways to not instantly lose. Was this one of them? Wait, this isn't what this isn't. They're not coordinated yet. But this was. Oh yeah, right. This is a blunder because bishop check. No, I can take with rook. Knight. I mean, it seems bad, but everything is bad here, isn't it? What's good? What can I do that's good? This is illegal. This doesn't really help. I don't think running with the king is great. I don't know. What was I supposed to do? Pawn here. I don't... Yeah, I guess so. Didn't I think of this and, like, not do it? Or was that at a different position in the game? Because it disrupts the bishop's view, attacks the bishop, and is sufficiently defended by these two pieces. So it seems totally reasonable. I don't know if I missed it or saw it and thought it was bad. So here, I have a win, and I turn it into a draw by playing pawn here. What about this? Does that do something? The bishop can't take, because we would get here, right? I thought both moves kind of tried to attack the bishop. I didn't even really consider this one because attacking with the pawn is a good idea, but looking at it now, it seems like they both attacked the pinned bishop. And so they're both sort of fine? Oh, right, but the problem is... the bishop is pinned to the queen, but if he moves and defends the queen, then it doesn't work anymore. So I can do this and pin it to the king as well. Now the bishop can't move. It's attacked twice and defended once. And you can't add another defender to it. Can you? I mean, I guess this does. But I can add yet more attackers. And then I think you're really in trouble. Right? Why is this not good? Because the bishop can just trade itself. Because it's capturing with check. Okay, so this move pins the bishop to the king. Which is great. But if you play this, you unpin it from the queen because it's now allowed to get out of there with check. That's why this is bad. And you can add another attacker that way. And now, oh my god, the king has to come in. And apparently this is now fine? Why? Oh, because I can retake with check now? No, I was already... Wait a minute. With this... No, hang on. With here, here, here. I don't have a rook here to attack the queen. I see. So the reason that it works better to play this first is that if they try now... let's say they take the recommendation and bring the king in as another defender. Now I can play this. Because if the bishop tries to escape, I can escape with check, discovering an attack on the queen. Wow, that's a little deep. It hates queen d5. Was I supposed to just win the pawn, or... Oh, probably rook here? Threatening a discovery? No, that just lets them trade queens. Pick up the pawn? Seems like a little greedy? Maybe it's fine. Yeah. It just says, hey, there was a pawn hanging. Why wouldn't you take it? Okay, I guess so. And it doesn't like c3. Was this like one of those where like, yeah, just bring a rook over? I ended up doing that later. There's also this. Defending the bishop, attacking this bishop, and therefore tying down the queen, and also pinning the rook to the king. But the bishop, the queen is sort of vulnerable there, right? You could just, well, no, there you could just, well, actually, what would you do? Here, I guess you take the bishop, and if they take your queen, you take theirs. This seems like it could be okay, but it's not. I saw, obviously, this check, but I don't see any future in it. This just drops the rook. What about just, oops, what about just takes? Attacks the queen. Draws her here. But what can I do against her now that she's here? You could play like this, I guess. Maybe king back. I don't know. What's the idea? Queen here. Why here and not, like, here? Because it attacks this pawn, which is harder to defend? Oh my god. If you put the queen on the back rank, the king can't run here. They have to block with a piece. And then we pick up the only defender of the bishop. The bishop trades itself, and we, if we want, get this pawn. It says you shouldn't do that. You should develop your rook. Or actually, your king is best? That's a very weird move to me. I guess it's guarding these squares against a rook incursion. Yeah, I don't understand. Okay. I think we'll just make this a one-game episode and get out of here. Finally won one. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.